L&B. We're talking on motivational topics. We're talking on how to get from the streets to your strength. You feel me? We're going to have this topic open for discussion. Like, subscribe. Man, do it all. You did. Let me get that serious up out of here and let you know what's going on. On the real for real, man, this is Lessons and Blessings, man. Let's get it happening. You already know topic of discussion moving around here right now, right? It's from the streets to strength, man. All questions, all platforms. Shout out to Lift the TV. Yiddy!
Hey, energy up. Lift the TV. We in the building, man. What's going on with y'all? Make sure, like you said, like, comment, subscribe.
Please do.
If you're not
You know what I mean?
hiding, start subscribing.
Start
it's that
subscribing.
easy. Show
You
that
dig?
love.
Yeah.
But, hey, bro, you know how
What's
it
goody?
go.
We here. We in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We in the building. You already know I'll be super hyped because you be having me come through this joint. You be giving me all types of, you know what I mean, play to get me in the mood, get my motion in heavy, bro. I can't even get that joint out. But yeah, no, for real. I really be fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro,
and I'm glad that you really do give me this platform to actually speak to people on how to be motivated and how to gain the strength from walking out of the streets into their future, which is the greatest part of life, learning into the future. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, man,
you know what I mean? We gotta get this joint popping.
I'm happy to be a part of the story, bro. With that being said, with what you just said, what to you is one of the first steps or the first step to getting out of the streets?
He don't play no games. he can't straight out my neck. Nah. So, seriously, you can't right at me. I know you're gonna ease a little joint in there, but you nah, man. Listen, it's not easy, but it's really not hard. It really starts with realizing. Let me start. It starts with realizing, right? Realizing where you are, right? What you into, where you want to be, you know what I'm saying, and what legacy you want to leave behind.
Yeah.
Realizing those things right there will awaken you. Now, I'm not saying when you realize that it's gonna change overnight. Don't nothing happen overnight. You feel what I'm saying? But the realizing sets the seed. It plants a seed, and then your brain already just waters that on its own, and then it starts to question things. And why I'm doing this? You start hearing little questions. Why I'm doing this? I ain't even got to be over here. I ain't even got to chill over here. You know what I'm saying? Let me slide in the crib. Let me read this little book. You know what I'm saying? So it starts off real small, but the biggest thing in it all is just the seed itself that's planted of realizing where you are, what you're doing, what you into. You see what I'm saying? And taking that moment right there and that realization, it changes the diaphragm of the map. You know what I mean? Let me just say that. It changes the diaphragm of the map. You know what I mean? Realizing what's going on. Because let me see, like, let me just say this real quick, right? And we can end this right here, just to say. In that realization of noticing where you are, you immediately notice what you're not. And when you realize what you're not, you're gonna do one or two things. You're either gonna get strong or you're gonna break. And if you get strong, you start building on top of that. And if you take it and you use that as
like a stepping stone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You use that in that stepping stone, but if you don't get it, you know what I mean, you're gonna get lost in that weakness and that underlining, so to speak. You know what I mean? So yeah. I know it's crazy because y'all listen, I had a hell of a long day today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But
these are the tough questions.
They tough questions, and it shows you I'm human. Like, I'm very good with making a couple of mistakes, or not even mistakes, just you're going through some things. A lot of things have been on my brain, so I want people to know in real time, like, yo, everything ain't gonna work out perfect. Your thinking ain't always gonna be on cue, but stay motivated, stay pushing,
stay responsive.
You feel what I'm saying?
Stay ready.
Stay active in what you're doing. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So it lets you get an understanding of what I'm going through. You did.
Again, this is Lessons and Blessings on Listed TV. This is a network, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, for sure.
And we're gonna move right into the next question. Sure. With that being said, bro, when was your crossroads at this point in time where you was like, all right, I can't no more. It's time to, you know what I'm saying? Man up, or however you would like to put it in your mind.
You know what? I asked myself that question. I really did. I asked myself that question. That's a hard question to answer because in my eyes, I'm still fighting. I don't believe that I've even reached that crossroad. You see what I'm saying? I don't even believe that I've reached that place where uh, I can say I actually achieved something because what I'm looking for is so much more and it's an ongoing process. So it's hard to stop and take it as a win when you're still in the game.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's hard to say I even reached that crossroad, but in a simpler form, what I will say is
More of a transition, I guess.
the moment I really felt
Because
the
that business mind you got is crazy. You got a crazy. It's a great business acumen, and I'm just wondering
yeah.
when did it go from A to B.
Well, in a simpler form, you know what I mean, when you in the streets and you know when it's a time your time is up. You know what I mean? You kind of get pushed out more than gradually leaving. Niggas make it seem like they gradually leaving, of course. But if that don't align with your purpose, then God makes it a way to where you kind of get pushed out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I went through the jail experience and going to jail, so that plays some part in the transition, and having kids plays some part in the transition, and having all your money taken from you. You know what I mean? People that didn't show up when you thought they would. All of that plays a part in the transition. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the transition. The crossroad I haven't peaked to yet. I haven't reached that plateau where I have really come to the crossroad, because I believe the crossroad comes with a different type. You already know I rock heavy with God, spiritual
I
all
think it's
day.
a
Yeah.
negative undertone to it.
I think the crossroad comes when achievement meets your purpose. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's the crossroad for me. When your achievement meets your purpose. Until then, I'm just in transition. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm fighting every single day in this transition to get to that purpose. You see what I'm saying? So, and if the purpose is the crossword with the achievement, you only gonna notice the achievement when you lined up with your purpose. When you're in your purpose, when you know you have met the purpose, that's when you will recognize all the achievements. But my transition has been crazy, man. I'm transitioning now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying because transition is an inner fight. So it's not like I could leave this part over there and then I come over here and I could just say I ain't gonna go over there and deal with that. See, that's what you do with old habits and stuff. You feel me? My old habits, I just cut out people, places, and things. You feel me? But the transition, that's inner. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that that transition is inner, you with that every day. I can't depart from me and my behaviors that I have adopted, what I mean, internally, and mentally, the way that I feel good in doing some things, right? I don't even go to the hub, but I'm so conditioned and feeling good to drill music that I still get in my car on the way to church and I'm listening to it, and that's just real. And I have to catch myself and say, hold on, that ain't who you are. You ain't rocking with, you ain't here listening to Vaughn. You on your way to praise the Lord. Because of my old habits within myself, I get in the car, I'm ready to,
Rest in peace, one.
you see what I'm saying? But almost deaf, RP Vaughn, you already know, you know what I'm saying? But the transition, and the goal is not to go out like Vaughn. You see what I'm saying? And that's the part of reason why I'm transitioning, not to be in those type of, not even in those places, but not to be in a state of mind that he was in to make that cause and effect come out the way it did.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
sometimes people be fighting their own mental headspace. Sometimes they don't even understand they in a different battle.
Bro, every day you're fighting. If we want to get real, right? Statistically says 90% of humans have an unstable mind.
That's 90%. It's crazy.
That's 90%. So you have to always check you. You see what I'm saying? You have to always, let me add this in too. You have to always be willing to change your aspect of things to evolve out of old thinking.
Of course, correct.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So you know it's hard. It's hard. But meeting the crossroad, I ain't do it yet, Brody. But the transitioning, I'm walking through that fire still.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But the fire can burn all day, but your reaction is the thing about it. It's stuff, chaos happening all around me. You consider that the fire, the chaos, the distractions, the commotion, right? Yeah, I could go outside every day, you know, so I could go outside, but you feel me? It's about how I'm reacting to all of that that's going on. You feel me? I ain't reacting like I ain't. Yeah. We on. Listen, bro. I'm telling you, my my people's bringing me books on how to stabilize your mind. You know what I'm saying? How to lock in with yourself.
Yes,
Bringing me books on those type of things. So I'm learning. Like I said, I'm learning, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning. Look. Lessons and blessings teaching me. This is lessons to me. You did. You feel me? This is lessons to me that I'm learning from, turning these lessons into blessings for other people. I want people to know they're not alone. Mental illness is major. You know what I'm saying? All the all-time high, anxieties at an all-time high. People need ways to come out of that, and they need to know that they're not alone in that. You know what I'm saying? And when it come out, and when it comes to the streets, majority of people who's in the streets are individuals who don't see themselves in the place that they want to be. Because if they seen themselves in the place where they say they want to be, right? They wouldn't box themselves into a place they know will never get them there. See what I'm saying? So coming from the streets to having your strength is really a whole thinking concept in itself. Because everything is a habit if it's abused. And the feeling that you will get, that emotion is what you will chase. That first time you sold that piece of rock and you got away with it, and you sold out, you went to your man, and I'm papered up, I'm in your pocket. That's what you chasing. It's like a high. You feel what I'm saying? So you know
get caught in that revolving door.
That revolving door, bro. It's yo, listen, it's real. And it's hard to break. Let's put that out there. Let's put that out there. Okay? It is hard to break habits. They are physical repeated behaviors after 21 days. After 43 days, they are continuous repeated behavior with demand. And after 60 days, they are lifetime commitments of behavior. So they are hard to break. You talking about within 2 months, you addicted because you abused it.
Habits become addiction.
See what I'm saying? So the mindset is major, man. It's major. I'm pretty much leave it at that because I don't want to overkill to let you know what I'm saying. But I just want people to know the sincerity of your mental and where it has to be taking that first step out the streets.
Absolutely. With that being said, man, you got any closing words?
Oh man, you know all the closing words. Man. We're gonna flip. You know, I wanted to smile a little more, but sometimes You take me so deep.
That's the point of me.
You know what I mean? You take me so deep in my head because I believe that the key to helping everybody is within you. I'm gonna pretty much end with this, right? I'm gonna let you under this. The key to helping yourself and helping other people is unlocking the doors in yourself. We have so many layers to us that's undiscovered. And when we reach another level of discovering a different door, we immediately catch anxiety when we open that door because it's unfamiliar. If we explore ourselves, right, take the time to start meditating. I don't care if it's 2 minutes, then you go to 4 minutes, then it's 5 minutes, then it's 10 minutes, right? You're going to start learning something within yourself is going to start clicking, right? You're going to start seeing pictures. First, your mind going to run in rampant, then it's going to run in pace, then it's going to run with alignment. Start focusing and locking in on you. Start investing in you because you are the investment. Yo, you the brand. You the brand. If there's no you, there's nothing else. So correct yourself, check yourself by addressing yourself and believing in yourself. Have that faith in you, and it's going to reassure and reinstore that faith you got in God. And that's alignment. I'm going to end it with this. Welcome to Lessons and Blessings. You did.
Look, Louis belt around the waist, back burner get you burnt, bitches all up in my face, talking.